Any number of these lambs up here that we start sorting through could be sorted 3 to 5 times through the chute before the last one goes up the chute and onto the truck. For us, the feeding industry, I truly feel enhances our product, and it gives it a consistent, mild flavor that we have through the packing industry and further processing. We have gotten consumers kind of hooked on that taste, and I think there's a definite need. We take a lot of lambs off of the range in the fall of the year, the months of late August, September, and October. My dad always used to say, you get 6 months supply of lambs in 60 days. If you're going to have fresh American lamb in the stores, you have to figure out how to spread your inventory out. The feeding industry has helped that along, because we can prolong the feeding. We can take the lighter lambs and handle them differently. We go to the Imperial Valley of California with a large number of lambs that are put down there. They're sheared and they're run until sometime 1st of February we start bringing lambs back. So we spread the inventory out so that we have a consistent supply of fed lambs throughout the year. For somebody starting out in the county on a small basis, I'd say that's the place to start, is with your county extension agent. Work your way in. You don't have to ask very many questions to find out where you need to go and get the information that I think you'd need to get started. You need to have access to good feed. That's why I think you're back in the Midwest, farm flock, they could change the numbers of our industry pretty significantly in a short period of time if they've got good feed availability around them. It's a good business. We put out a wonderful product. It's got there's a lot of positives. You get food and fiber from lambs. I mean, it's a win-win in my book.
Again, a producer from Eaton, Colorado. We're visiting with our friends from the American Sheep Industry Association here on RFD-TV LIVE. A win-win situation, he mentions there, Rita. And again, the industry producing money-making profitability not only for our sheep and the lamb, but also the wool. That's where you come in. And talk about where we are right now as far as wool is concerned.
It's an exciting time in the wool industry. We're seeing, like in lamb, we're seeing very high prices. We're at a 23-year high in wool prices. So it's a very exciting time to be in the wool industry. We see high prices, and that's due primarily because demand is also strong. We're seeing some very strong demand in major apparel producing countries and consuming countries, and also our supply worldwide. Wool is a worldwide commodity, and worldwide we're seeing our supply being very low.
Let's talk about the international market, if you would, for us a little bit, and then we want to talk about military as well, but first international. On
the international side, we export now up to 60 to 70% of our clip. We like to market to our domestic customers, but a number of years ago we lost some of our textile mills, so we have to export 60 to 70%. We export to China, India, and those are major consuming countries. They make it into yarn and then sometimes ship it back in apparel fabric.
And the military. Wow, I was really interested in hearing about this, and I know our viewers are too, as it relates to U.S. military, a huge part of the wool market.
That 20% of our wool market goes into the military. And it's very exciting because we were able to provide some products for the military that's important for their safety. Wool is naturally fire resistant, and the military is looking for fabrics that are high performance and particularly fire resistance, and fire retardant is very, very important.
Right. And
so we're able to develop some products that will help them with some of the car bombs and things like that happen in Iraq and keep them safe.
Exactly. And viewers, those of you who have those people, your family members in the military, you're going to want to stand by for some great news here from Rita and the sheep producers and new products, washable wool, but for the military more specifically. So stay tuned for that. But right now, many large Western range operations, like we have seen, produce both quality wool and lamb as well. And the Theos family is one of those. They're from Meeker, Colorado. And they're doing just that.
It's just a pristine area for sheep. And I guess my granddad knew that, and that's why we're here. I'm third-generation sheep rancher from Meeker, Colorado.
My name's Tony Fias, or Anthony. I'm fourth generation. I've been back on the ranch for getting close to 10 years now. I always pictured myself here, and it's a way of life that I am blessed to have.
We run 4 bands of sheep, with about 4,000 head. That's including our replacement ewe lambs. And we market our lambs to Whole Foods. Last year we sent them 1,600 lambs, and it really went well. Last winter we met with him, and they decided to take all of our lambs this year, whatever we can market. They want lambs that have no antibiotics, no steroids, local, as natural as they can be. They don't want lambs confined. We really fit well into their program. We've raised a merino cross, which is very advantageous to having real fine wool clip. Our wool clip is probably 18.5 to 21.5 micron, with a high yielding 64 to 65% yield, with 3 to 4 inch staples. One thing they told us in college that you couldn't have a fine-wooled sheep and raise lambs, but we've kind of proven that we can do both.
We pay a company, Mountain Plains, out of Wyoming, and they gather these men that want to come to the United States and be sheep herders. We try to make it as comfortable for them as we can.